A los criadores comerciales que ponen el dinero por encima de la salud y la sociabilidad de los perros que venden, se les denomina fábrica de cachorros o criadores de patio. En muchos ejemplos, las condiciones deplorables de sus instalaciones resultan en perros inestables, con una gran variedad de problemas médicos a largo plazo.
No había tenido perros en
Jagger White,
17 años.
Wheaton Terrier.
Sabía de las
9
fábricas
meses.
de cachorros, pero no sabía de los criados de patio y de los corredores. Busqué a alguien con reputación de criador. Logré dar con uno en Los Ángeles. ¡Anda! Y me aseguró que era una raza pura y que los cuidaban muchísimo y que sus cachorros socializaban y que los entrenaban. Así que decidí ir a visitarlo y comprar a Jagger. Inmediatamente yo descubrí que por los rasgos que tenía no era un perro puro en lo concerniente a la raza. Era de fábrica el cachorro.
Coming up in this special edition of Animal Cops Philadelphia, the shocking truth about America's puppy mills.
The breeders consider their dogs as nothing other than puppy-producing machines.
A huge secretive industry
We think it does hit that $1 billion mark.
where profit comes first
The whole issue that came up was money.
and compassion comes last.
I've never seen anything quite like this.
But brave people risk everything to make a difference.
I think about all the animals that I saved and know that there's one less puppy mill.
On July 17, 2008, agents from the Pennsylvania SPCA executed a search warrant at Limestone Kennel, a state-licensed dog breeding kennel deep in rural Chester County.
The day we arrived with the warrant, it was hot. It was humid. I'd say it was definitely into the 90s. And there's just chaos, a lot of people, a lot of dogs, just a very tense atmosphere to work in.
The first step was to deal with the kennel owner, Farmer John Blank.
When he saw us come on the property, he was extremely, extremely upset. And I think at that point he knew that he was in trouble.
Blank had nearly 90 dogs confined in squalid cages to breed.
A lot of the dogs, the floors were wire, where a lot of the animals, their paws were going through the floor. A lot of the animals were sick. Some were actually had real open wounds and were literally bleeding through the wire floor and onto the floor. It was a mess. The kennel was really a mess.
What the PSPCA had found was a puppy mill.
Traditionally, a puppy mill was any place that mass-produced dogs for resale in pet stores. And over the years, because the conditions at most of these places are so bad, it has come to apply to any bad breeder.
Bob Baker filmed this undercover footage. Over more than a quarter of a century, he has visited upwards of 1,000 large-scale commercial breeding kennels, often discovering shockingly bad standards.
The breeders consider their dogs as nothing other than puppy-producing machines. They're there to turn a profit for them. They're just bred incessantly in horrendous conditions, and as soon as they don't come into heat regularly, they take them out and shoot them. They're disposable.
Limestone Kennel was a substandard large-scale breeder, like many of the places Bob Baker has spent his life investigating. The PSPCA raid at the kennel removed a total of 88 dogs. It was a massive operation, yet it all began with a seemingly insignificant newspaper ad. The ad caught the eye of Bill Smith, who runs a nonprofit that rescues animals in campaigns against puppy mills.
Mr. Blank had placed an ad in one of the local newspapers. He was trying to give up breeding dogs that could no longer breed. So we played telephone tag for about 2 weeks. We went back and forth, and finally we just drove down there, and over the course of 3 days we were able to rescue 10 dogs. Yellow Lab had an ear cut off. One poor dog, a little Shiba Inu, couldn't close his mouth because his teeth were in such bad shape they looked like nails sticking out in all directions. They were missing hair, they were underweight, they couldn't walk properly.
Smith took 9 of Blank's dogs to the Pennsylvania SPCA so their vets could see if there was enough evidence to pursue a case against the kennel.
So you can see his teeth are basically rotting out of his head.
Dr. Rachel Lee found some of the problems characteristic of puppy mill dogs.
This is just pure neglect. Nobody could look at this dog and not realize that there's something wrong with his mouth.
The real tragedy is what you see in the breeding stock. These dogs that are burnt out, I mean, some of them are just in horrific shape when they come out of these puppy mills. They have a whole host of diseases and mange and dehydrated and malnourished. And losing their hair, it's pathetic.
The condition of the dogs from Blank's kennel demanded urgent investigation, and the downfall of Limestone Kennel came one step closer when Officer Ashley Much went in undercover.
For now, I am an assistant manager with a pet shop. My main goal is to just talk money with them. You know, if I can say don't give those away for free even though they're sick, I'll take them, I'll give you $25 a puppy, and you know, you'll be making some money on these ones that no one else would really want to buy from you. By then, I can get the sick ones out and get them evaluated, and then that should be enough for a warrant.
When I first arrived at the farm, I parked my car in front of the house. I didn't see anybody, so I got out, walked around, yelled for people to maybe notice me or come out. I didn't see anybody. I heard the dogs barking, so I went down into the back area where they were, and I just saw the whole area full of dogs and hutches. I went in and out of the rows of hutches a couple times, and then I started to get a little nervous because I don't want people to find me poking around their property.
Before Much could locate the farmer, he found her.
He was extremely irate. He didn't know what I was doing. I couldn't really hear him because the dogs were barking so loudly. I explained to him why I was there.
Here, I'm here about some puppies.
And the whole issue that came up was money. I'm here to buy wholesale. You know, I'll make money, you'll make money. Listen, I'm here to work with you. We can do some business. While we were looking through, I noticed one that looked like it was dead.
What about this one right here?
I looked a little bit closer and I pointed at that one and I realized it was still breathing. So I asked him if he would sell that one to me. And he made the comment, you know, why would you want that one? It's probably dead, or it's gonna die in about 10 minutes. And I said, that's what I'm here to do business for. I said, we take these, at least if it dies, I lose $30, but if it makes it, I'll make $300. I flashed him $30 and he took it, put it in my bag, and I left.
Officer Much had accomplished her mission of getting a good look at conditions at the kennel. But her immediate priority was saving the life of the puppy she'd bought.